What's up, YouTube? I'm Z, and this channel shows you the world through my lens. Checking out another Stormzy track because I know he dropped two, so we reacted to Toxic Trait with Fredo, which was fire. I mean, both of them came really, with the bars. The beat was incredible. That was my first encounter of Fredo, and then a lot of people were commenting that I needed to check out more Fredo. So Fredo is coming for sure, but I wanted to hit this new Stormzy track. This is called Longevity Flow. And then I also wanted to make sure I continued with my Dave journey because a lot of people were excited about me checking out Dave. But yeah, no, like anytime I see Stormzy, I definitely want to check it out. For me, he's a special artist because he was basically my introduction to UK rap. And I think that's probably true for a lot of people that don't live in the UK. And I'm sure people in the UK probably feel different ways. Like I've seen different videos and stuff about like their opinion on him. But just my opinion, like for me, he brought UK rap to an international place. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't really know to check out these other people. Like anyone else I've reacted to on my channel, I didn't know anything about them before. Like I'd never heard of them. I'd never heard a song from them, nothing. But I've heard of Stormzy and I've heard his songs. So, for me, when I see him, I got to check it out. And that's why I'm here. And to me, this feels like this is going to be him kind of flexing his position and how long he's kind of been like a staple in the game when I look at this title, Longevity Flow. So that's going to be my assumption. I'm just going to reload this because I loaded this up last night. Oh, that's super loud. Put the volume down real fast. Yeah, let's check this out. I'm excited. Here we go. The watches, making sure that we can see the watches. Okay.
Longevity flow, it's making niggas pray for my demise. I'm the only one who had his eyes on the prize. They make a bit of money, now they're thinking that was size. I'd rather be overrated than overpaid than whatever.
Hold up. That was dope. Longevity flow, it's making people pray for my demise. And I like that they put the lyrics here. Especially for people that like maybe struggle with the accent like as a barrier. And like I would probably have to listen to a song like maybe 4 or 5 times before I fully like understand the words that are being said and then really be able to appreciate all the bars and stuff, right? So but the like being on top so long, like this makes me think of a lot of the stuff that he said in the past. Like Mel Made Me Do It, like that entire song basically. But yeah, people praying for his demise. But this part right here, I'm the only one who had his eyes on the prize. And this to me feels very true because I feel like he understood what he needed to do to become who he became better than anyone else around him. And when people were like, oh, he's betraying his culture, he's betraying where he came from, he's betraying grime because that's where he got his start. To me, I think it was just a limited understanding of like, or this is what he has to do to become bigger than life. And once he's bigger than life, all of a sudden, guess what? Somebody like me who lives on the other side of the world knows what grime is. And I would never have known. Like, I just wouldn't. I don't know these people. I don't. So, I think that's dope for me. Like he had the vision and he's executed it. And then this other part, when you make a bit of money, you think we're size. I think that's slang for saying like you think we're the same, but we're not.
Longevity flow, it's making niggas pray for my demise. I'm the only one who had his eyes on the prize. They make a bit of money, now they're thinking that was size. I'd rather be overrated than overpaid than whatever you are. Look, I came from the sewer. Big.
I'd rather be overrated and overpaid than whatever you are. I came from the sewer.
I'd rather be overrated than overpaid than whatever you are. Look, I came from the sewer. Big Mike made new rules like doer. That's me, hey. Twinkle ash on a cooler. I don't think I spat a word truer. And if I ever can't remember, bro, let it render. 4K HD vision like Wenger.
Okay. He had a little like video scheme there. But before that, he had a reference to Dua Lipa. I think this line right here, I think she has a song called New Rules, if I'm not mistaken. It's a pretty big song. I don't know the next line. He mentioned some names that I don't recognize. So yeah, I'm not sure what he's referencing in the next line. But this part right here, if I can't remember, let it render. So like video reference here, because then right after that he goes 4K HD Vision, like Wenger. I'm assuming that's a brand of something, but I'm not sure.
That's me, Rach, twinkle, ash, and a cooler. I don't think I spat a word truer. And if I ever can't remember, bro, let it render. 4K HD Vision like Wenger. Think you're tough till you get your bubble burst, like I just revealed the gender. I killed the game, I'm a serial offender.
Hey, so get your bubble burst, like I just revealed the gender. So like we've seen all those gender reveals where they popped a balloon and like different color confetti or you know, like whatever comes out. And then this next part, I kill the game, I'm a serial offender. That's a dope line, because it's like this one thing to be a killer, it's another thing to be a serial killer and a serial offender, like meaning you do it repeatedly over and over and over and over again. So that's dope.
The gender. I kill the game, I'm a serial offender. I'm old school like Cokie and Benga. Psalm 35, so I send it back to sender. I was the flavor of the month, now I'm the flavor of the decade. Get it in your head like a headache. I'm on your neck like a love bite. Scatty like a pub fight. Old school killers that are hug tight. They hate niggas but they love Mac. Bit of footy with a Bud Light.
Okay. Yo, come on, man. Like this dude just flexes like nonstop. Like it makes me think, like when Vossi Bop came out, it was such a big song. Like even here I heard it and I was like, oh man, like this is a really catchy song. And you watch the video and he's got Idris Elba in the video. He had a line where he references him. It's just like he just has a history of flexing his network, which is super dope. I didn't know this Cokie and Benga reference. I'm not sure if that's like a British thing. And then he has a religious reference on the next one. I also don't know religious references super well, but I recognize it says Psalm 35, so it's definitely reference to a scripture. But the line after that, I was the flavor of the month, now I'm the flavor of the decade. And it's just, that's a line that fits really, really well with the concept of the song. The fact that the song's called Longevity Flow, and he goes, yeah, I was just the flavor of the month, but now I'm the flavor of the decade. Like I was, you know, people, and I almost feel like that's addressing like oh, you know, the people who think like, oh, it's a flash in the pan, it's a one-hit wonder, like it's a phase or whatever. And then somebody shows that, no, they're here to stay, and like it wasn't a fluke, like I do this. Dope. And then there was some nice lines in the next part, but I won't go too much into it because I feel like I'm stopping too much.
I'm old school like Cokie and Benga. Psalm 35, so I send it back to sender. I was the flavor of the month, now I'm the flavor of the decade. Get it in your head like a headache.
So I'm not gonna recognize everybody either, always, but
the flavor of the month, now I'm the flavor of the decade.
I don't know who that is. If that's supposed to be someone, that's Lewis Hamilton.
In your head like a headache.
Then he had Tom Cruise.
Like a love bite, scatty like a pub fight. Old school killers that are hug tight. They hate niggas but they love Mac. Bit of footy with a Bud Light. If you're a grass man, I'm hopping out with slugs. It's a bug's life. I don't come much but I come nice.
Okay, listen, I don't know if... Okay, we're just stopping a lot. Listen, if you're here, this is going to be a slightly longer reaction. I apologize. But that was a nice line, especially from somebody who watched Bug's Life a lot as a kid. I watched that movie so many times. I have a feeling there's some slang here which I don't know the meaning of, so I just have to take the line at face value. But if you're a grass man are hopping out with slugs, it's a bug's life. So we understand the reference, like hopping out with slugs, so they're gonna hop out with guns. It's a bug's life because grass, slugs. But I'm assuming there might be more to it. I'm not sure if there's like, if grass has like a different slang meaning or something in the UK. You guys can let me know down below. I'd appreciate it.
If you're a grass man, I'm hopping out with slugs. It's a bug's life. I don't come much, but I come nice. They were hoping that it jams, but it bangs like my mum's rice. I need cheese like a bun slice. Brand new kettle for a dumb price. Little man, this ain't a Bretlin. If I told you what it cost, would probably be a bit unsettling. Could have been an engineer in the Shetlands. Now man, I'm solid in the field like Declan. I was made in a
Time magazine cover. On that line right there, he said, "I don't come much, but I come nice." And I think like this is definitely in regards to like, I think some of the complaints or some of the comments is like he takes these hiatus or these breaks from dropping music. But the thing is, when he drops it, it feels like it's a moment, right? Like even, I don't know when the last time he dropped music was, probably his album, but when he drops Toxic Trait and this, and like for me, again, it feels like, oh, I gotta be on this, I gotta see what's going on. And it's just something that we become accustomed to. It's like we don't hear from him for a while, and when he drops, everybody's listening. So that was dope. Some references here that were nice. It bangs like my mom's rice. And then here, we know he always flexes the watch collection. Brand new kettle for a dumb price. It's not a... I say Breitling. He didn't pronounce it that way. I don't know if I pronounce it wrong. But, man, that's messed up. For some of us, that's a nice watch. I'm just saying, like... Because, yeah, if he tells us what the cost is, it'd be a little unsettling. I remember in Mel Made Me Do It, he mentioned a 5990, and then in a bunch of other songs he's mentioned, but when he mentioned that one, I feel like that watch was like a few $100,000 at least, which is insane. Like you could buy houses for that, so that's crazy.
Manor, near in the Shetlands. Now man, I'm solid in the field like Declan.
That might be a soccer reference, but I'm not sure.
I was made in a manor. Yeah, I'm old school, man. I used to mash works with a spanner. Now I roll dice with Tara and Savannah. Told my mean chick St. Kitts or Guyana. Sorry, babe, I don't use Sky Scanner. Call Big Trev, that's a certified planner. Still little Mac, just littering whammer. She don't really understand my London grammar, but she loves all my lingo. Paps got me jumping out the sexy fish window. Oh, what a life. Real.
I like the video too, because it feels very like just chilling when like, again, there may be people here that mean something or have some sort of status, but I just don't recognize them. I'm not sure. But the line back here, again, I think some of these references are just over my head. I'm not sure what they exactly mean. That's where you guys can help me out down below. I'd really appreciate it. But this line right here, told my main chick, St. Kitts or Guyana. So he's like, it's just flexing again, right? It's like, you know, when we go away, let's say for a weekend, like when me and my wife go away for a weekend, we're like trying to pick spots that are like 30 minutes away or an hour away. He's like, when I go away, like we're international. We're trying to pick, you know, these type of places. I don't recognize the Sky Scanner reference. I'm not sure. So yeah, I'm not sure about that.
It's all Guyana. Sorry, babe, I don't use Sky Scanner. Call Big Trev, that's a certified planner. Still little Mac, just littering whammer. She don't really understand my London grammar, but she loves all my lingo. Paps got me jumping out the sexy fish window. Oh, what a life. Real ghetto you, I know struggle and strife, but I've gotten very used to these Dubai nights. I got purpose. Old school Norby like Marissa and Curtis. We grew up in the circus. I've been robbed, and I've robbed too, but I've never robbed purses. It's deep scratch at the surface.
Oh, hold on, I gotta hear that part again.
Nights I got purpose. Old school Norby like Marissa and Curtis. We grew up in the circus. I've been robbed, and I've robbed too, but I've never robbed purses. It's deep if you scratch at the surface.
Okay, yeah. So that part right before, a lot of it, I think he was making references to things that I just am not familiar with. The only part that really resonated with me was she don't understand my London grammar, but she loves all my lingo, and I felt like that is something I can relate to. I'm like, I don't understand everything you're saying, but it sounds dope. But this part right here, and then the Dubai reference, like he does a lot of Dubai references. But this part right here, I've been robbed, and I robbed too, but I've never robbed purses. And this is like honor among thieves, or like the code, like there's a code even amongst, like, you know, today there's like a lot of that is missing, but in like, I guess you would say in like old school, like mob mentality or like criminal organized crime mentality, there were certain rules that were in place. And it was like, you don't harm the women, you don't harm children, like things like that. So I feel like that was an interesting thing there, because he's referencing to his past life before he became famous, and he's just like, yeah, I was doing stuff, but I had a code of conduct. And then this line right here, it's deep if you scratch at the surface. I feel like this is a very interesting line, because this might also be like a slang thing. I feel like when you say it's deep, it can mean like it's serious. So it's almost like if you scratch, I'm not sure. Or like, yeah, I don't know. You guys help me out, but that line intrigues me, because I feel like I would want to unpack that more, but I feel almost like deep is used differently in UK slang, so I'm not sure.
Robbed, and I robbed too, but I've never robbed purses. It's deep if you scratch at the surface. I don't ask what's the damage, cause I'm sure that it didn't do damage. Oh well, we can manage. With my two fists, art flips, I'm a savage. I used to pray for some dough, now I pray for a God-sent marriage and a patch for my cabbage. Before she arrives, I'm unloading my baggage. So to my future wife, you gon' get the whole package. Longevity flows, they can't believe that I'm still lit. I'm still lit when I feel shit. I can't quit, can't feel fit. You can get smoked like a build spliff. Niggas think they're funny, but Niggas think they're smooth, but I'm hitch. Rappers wanna chat, we can scrap just to prove you're a bitch.
So a couple of references there. He said right here, I don't ask what's the damage because I'm sure it didn't do damage. So again, just like this major flex, he's like, no matter what the price is, like it's not a problem. So I don't even bother asking. That's a crazy line. And then this next part right here, I think this almost is alluding to like what maybe he wants next. And he's talking about wanting a shift and a change and wanting to settle down. So saying things like here, like God sent marriage, patch for my cabbage. So just wanting like more of like a normal life, I think, is what this part is talking about. And then the reference here, like I'm unloading my baggage, and then so that the future person can get the whole package. So that's dope. I like that. I like that he's kind of talking or thinking about what comes next.
If you gon' get the whole package, longevity flows, they can't believe that I'm still lit. I'm still lit when I feel shit. I can't quit, can't feel fit. You can get smoked like a build spliff. Niggas think they're funny, but Niggas think they're smooth, but I'm hitch. Rappers wanna chat, we can scrap just to prove you're a bitch. I ain't with the talking, I just switch. Niggas wanna laugh, but the joke's on you, come longevity.
Oh, I love it. He didn't really do it much on this one. He had it on Toxic Trait. I think he did it once. He definitely had it in the chorus. But this thing that he's been doing for some time now, where he'll set up this line so well that you know what the next word is, what's coming up, and he'll just leave it. And so if you're like singing along or rapping along, you know he's supposed to say rich right there. But he leaves it and lets you finish it. And he's done that a lot. He did it a lot on Mel Made Me Do It. The first time I heard him do it was on Clash. And then he's done it like in different stuff. So he didn't really do it much in this song. He saved it right here for the last line. So that was dope. And then we had a Hitch reference here too. You think you're smooth, but I'm Hitch. Because like Hitch is like the love expert. It's the person people go to. So if you think you're smooth, I'm the guy that helps people become smooth. That's dope.
Flow. It's making niggas pray for my demise. I'm the only one who had his eyes on the prize.
Yeah.
They make a bit of money, now they're thinking that we're size. I'd rather be overrated than overpaid than wherever you are. Look, I came from the sewer. Big Mike made new rules like do-are. That's me, Rich, Twin Corp, Ash, and the Kua.
Dope. Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad I checked that out. Comment down below. Let me know other stuff that I should be checking out. As I mentioned, I'm going to continue my Dave journey, so that's going to be coming later on today. But if there's other stuff you guys want me to check out, please comment down below, and I'll make sure I get to it. If you're still here, I appreciate you spending your time with me. I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you next time.